Good day, we are from the Argonauts production. Our topic is all about broadcasting in the Philippines. Direction. A timeline is a visual representation of chronological events that happened. Create an educational video showing a timeline of significant events, inventions and discoveries in science and technology that is relevant to your degree program. These are the timelines and evolution of broadcasting in the Philippines and how media evolved through the years. 1922 June. The radio stations were established in Pasay and in Manila by Henry Herman. The Filipinos readily accepted radio news and entertainment programs and local businesses who recognized its profitability. Herman replaced experimental stations with a 100-watt station with the call letters KZKZ. 1924 in October, with KZKZ but a few months old, he sold it to the Radio Corporation of the Philippines, RCP. The first two call letters, KZ, was assigned to all radio stations in the Philippines in accordance with the laws of the United States of America. 1929, in KZRC, Radio Cebu opened in Cebu and introduced radio broadcasting in the province. It reopened after a decade and fearlessly went on air with the guerrilla movements. Did not directly introduce their products but mentioned only their names as sponsor of particular shows or titled the shows after their product. Radio Control Board, the board examined issuance for licenses to operate a radio, allocated band frequencies, and conducted inspections for the Office of the Secretary of Commerce and Industry. From K to D, as the colony of the USA, four-letter call beginning with KZ were in use. Francisco Coco Trinidad, known as the father of Philippine broadcasting, attended the International Telecommunication Union or ITU.
1931, the Radio Control Division was established. It was regulatory body of the broadcast industry. 1939, the station is the oldest and existing radio station of the country. The Hickok Company, the name established, owned by the founder of the station, Samuel Gatches. 1941. On December 28, 1941, the United States provided a shortwave relay station in the Philippines and beamed to the 5 radio stations mainland to the radio station in Cebu. 1942. January 2, 1942, a similar shortwave relay station was provided for a few more days by the Navy wireless station but was destroyed when the Japanese forces attacked Cavite. And by February 6, 1942, General Emilio Aguinaldo in broadcast over the Japanese-controlled KCRH urged General MacArthur to surrender in view of the obvious superiority of the Japanese arms.
On 1944, October 20 and 23, a temporarily shortwave relay station was established in Manila with a call sign PIAM and PIRM during the war. On 1945, after the war, when World War II is over, KZFM was the first radio station to return on the air. It reopened in May 1945 and was operated by the U.S. Army Office of War Information. Television James Lindbergh established the Bolinao Electronic Corporation or BEC as the father of the Philippine television. He was the first to apply the Philippine Congress to put up a television station. After a year, the application was approved, but due to limited equipment and materials, he put up a radio broadcasting station. On 1947, the Philippine Congress required the radio station should change the first call letter of their station's name from A to Z, D, become the nucleus of the Philippine Broadcasting System. From Luzon, DZ or DW. From the Visayas, ZY. And for the Mindanao, DX. KZFM renamed DZFM in 1947, held in Atlantic City in the US. The following stations such as KCRM, KZIB, KZEG, KCRF, and KZRC were existing address of President Manuel L. Quezon of the Commonwealth Government, KCRC, Radio Cebu opened in Cebu and introduced radio broadcasting in the province. On 1953, the station was owned by Judge Antonio Carino, brother of President Elpidio Carino. The station later was bought by Chronicle Broadcasting Network or CBN.
In 1956, started operating radio stations in Chronicle Broadcasting Network or CVN was owned by the Abazes, now considered as one of the major broadcasting companies not only in the Philippines but also in Asia. Establishment of the FFTV networks such as in 1960, TV formerly known as ABC5. In 1961, GMA Network or INC GMA 7. In 1969, Radio Philippines Network or PN9. In 1974, People's Television Network PTV4. In 1997, Intercontinental Broadcasting Corporation IVC 13. As early as 1968, provincial televisions were established in Cebu, Bacolod, and Dagupan by ABS-CBN Maslog 2014.